Here we are at the Potomac River, just off of at the border of Fort Frederick State Park. Today would not be a good day to want to cross the Potomac River as we are very swollen from all the recent snows and rains that we've had. But the Potomac River has been a place of travel and commerce since, but even before the white man comes to North America. But when the Williams family are here during their occupation, the river is still going to play a role in a lot of what they do. There are fords and ferries along here. There's a ferry at Cherry Run, which is just to our west. There are crossings further to our east, like towards Williamsport and other things. At the time that the Williamses come here, another thing that's important, although on the opposite bank of the river, is the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad. Today's CSX main line is here and has been here since the B&O was established in this part of the country. So they're going to be involved as a farm with moving produce and moving things probably by train, and also working in the local community with people selling their goods. So during the Civil War, Nathan Williams, as his grandson called him, was a shrewd operator. Nathan had a very prosperous farm, as we've established here at Fort Frederick, and during the course of the war, he needed to help pay off that mortgage that he had for the fort. So during the war, he was selling produce to both Union and Confederate troops. He would go across the Potomac River into Berkeley County, and maybe Morgan as well, and meeting with Confederate troops when they are here and selling them produce and other things they may not be able to get with their normal rations. Now, a bit of supposition on my part. Here is a African American man traveling into enemy territory when most of us know that any African American person encountered by Confederates would typically be grabbed up, sold into bondage into the Deep South. My supposition here is that Nathan Williams was raised in Berkeley County. He grew up there. He probably knew a lot of the people in the local area. A lot of times the Confederate troops who we see reference to being in this region are also local Confederate troops from the Berkeley County area. I believe that he was able to go over and have this fraternization with the Confederates because he knew them, and they grew up with him potentially, and he was able to move back and forth because they knew him and weren't going to do anything to him in a negative way. Well, one day Nathan has gone over with his wagon. He's taken the ferry across or forded the river. He's taken his wagon across. He is working with the Confederates, selling them stuff, and a Union officer shows up at Fort Frederick looking for him because they want to arrest him for fraternizing with the enemy. They think he is a spy for the Confederacy. One of Nathan's neighbors, a older white gentleman, his name escapes me at this point, gets across the river and tells Nathan, "Don't go home the normal way. Go the long way around because they're looking for you." So Nathan Williams leaves his wagon and team in what's now West Virginia, goes probably down to Williamsport, and comes the long way home to try to avoid arrest. The Union officers question him, and what we find out in the process is that Nathan isn't working for the Confederates. He's working to get their money, but he is going to work for the Union by going over and telling him what he sees of the Confederates. He's basically a spy and coming over and then selling that information to the Union. So he's selling food to the Union soldiers, he's selling information to the Union soldiers, and he's selling supplies to the Confederates. So through all of this and war inflation, he is probably able to pay off his mortgage within 2 years after the war's end. But he is, as his grandson said, a shrewd operator.
Thank you very much.